Hi, this is Rich Formidoni. I'm here with our friends at Sam Ash to tell you about Casio's new CGP700 compact grand piano. To begin with, the CGP700 is a great feeling, great sounding digital piano. All I have to do to get to our best piano sound is push the grand piano button that's located right on the top panel. The piano sound was recorded with over 24 microphones. It's very expressive, and I'm controlling it here with our Tri-Sensor 2 scaled hammer action key bed. It feels just like a real acoustic piano. The keys are heavier down on the bottom and lighter up top. And the keys even have simulated ebony and ivory textures. So they give you a nice confident grip, which is great if you're playing in a humid setting, for example. So whether you're a student who needs to learn with the authentic touch of a grand piano, or a concert grand pianist who needs a familiar feel to perform your best, the CGP700 has you covered. Another reason the CGP700 sounds as good as it does is that there is a 6-speaker 40-watt sound system driving it. So there are 4 speakers in the top panel here, and then there are 2 speakers in the bass enclosure, which is right at my knees. Now, those speakers can be reversed, so they're facing either the player or the audience. It can be very quiet if you wanted to, but it can also go loud enough to provide a performance for a small-size venue. So it's great for the home. It's also great for a situation where you might not have a PA system and you need to project to a small crowd. There's also an 1/8-inch audio input on the back. So you can use that to connect a music player or any other audio source and play it with this beautiful sound system. On the top panel, there are a couple of very useful buttons like transpose, so you can quickly get to a key you need, some rhythm control buttons here, the sequencer recording buttons, some registrations, tempo settings, and a couple others. But overall, the front panel is very uncluttered. And the reason for that is we've got this beautiful 5.3-inch color touch interface. This lets you instantly get to whatever you need. So looking at it now, I see tone, rhythm, balance, effect. I'm going to touch tone. So after I touch that, I can select the sound that I want by category. So say I want electric pianos. I can see that I have dozens of electric pianos to choose from, and the screen is easy to see from any angle, so I can just call up the one that I need. And if I want a guitar, I touch the icon that looks like a guitar, and I'm off and running. The color touch interface makes it really easy to get around. The fonts are large and easy to read. The buttons have familiar icons on them, so you always know what you're doing, and you feel in complete control. There are 550 different tones that are built into the CGP700. And as I was doing before, I can select them by category, and you can see I've got lots of categories to choose from. So for example, here are some strings. If I want something a little different string ensemble. And you can hear how expressive they are. If I play them slowly, I get legato. If I play it a little bit harder, then I get staccato. So they're very expressive, they sound great. And another nice thing is that it's easy to layer these sounds together. So now I'm looking at the main tone screen. If I want to layer my piano, I'll just push the grand piano button. Gets me right to my acoustic piano. If I want to layer strings, just touch right there. And I've got a nice layer to work with. If I want to split the keyboard, I can just touch split. And I've got an acoustic bass and piano. I can choose the instruments I want right from the screen as I was doing before, and I can set it to duet or classroom mode. So with Duet, here we've got 2 equal ranges of keys. So a teacher and a student can be playing at the same time, or 2 students. There's also a classroom mode, which lets you take the 2 audio outputs and split it so that this side is playing the left, this side is playing through the right. So it's great for a classroom. So we've played with some of the tones. Let's look at some of the rhythms. I can select from a category of rhythms the same way I can with tones. So for example, if I go to pops, I select pop rock, start up a beat, and I've got a built-in accompaniment section that reacts to the chords that I play that I can play over. I'm going to touch Menu again, and here I can see MIDI recorder and audio recorder. If I touch MIDI recorder, I see some tape machine style controls that are right on the front, and I can select from 17 different tracks to record onto. One of them is a system track, so really you have 16 tracks which you can use to record your creations. Then, with the USB port that's right on the front panel, you can pop in a USB drive and record the entire thing as a WAV file. You can also plug in a microphone, a music player, whatever you want into the input in the back and record that as part of the song. On the back of the CGP700, you'll also notice that there is a USB port. If you connect this to your computer, it lets you use the CGP700 as a MIDI controller, and you can also control the internal sounds from your computer. It's class compliant, and that means there are no special drivers. You can connect it to any computer, a PC, Mac, or iOS device instantly. The CGP700 looks great with its matching wooden stand, and it's right at home in your living room, but it's also got some stuff that makes it a really good stage piano. For example, the 1/4-inch line outputs, and the fact that you can quickly detach it from its stand with some wing nuts that are on the bottom, and it makes it a great stage piano. So when you disconnect the speakers and detach it from the stand, the 4 speakers in the top take over the full range. So you can project into a small space or connect to a PA system with these 1/4-inch outs. And it's one of the lightest weight digital stage pianos out there with great sound and feel. So, as I mentioned earlier, great for a classroom, also great for a studio or stage or living room, just about anywhere you need great sound. So that is the new CGP700 Compact Grand Piano from Casio. It's great for a pianist of any level, singer-songwriter, teacher, student, or anybody who needs great piano sounds and more at a great price. Thanks to all of our friends here at Sam Ash, and thank you for watching.